Yakuza 8 did action combat turn-based hybrid ruler. The combat from Yakuza is definitely unique in the way that it is, 100%. Oh, I want to. It's the only thing that's stopping me from getting Octopath right now is just money. I have it on my wish list on Steam right now because it's on sale for, I think it's like $70-some Canadian for both games. Yeah, the modern action RPGs are mostly just hack and slash. Exactly, and don't get me wrong, I love a good hack and slash game, but when every single thing is hack and slash now, it's just like, come on. It's like, your story is great, but I'm kind of getting bored here with the combat in between. Star Ocean Remake this year was amazing. Oh, the Star Ocean 2 was great. So good. They designed it so you can do chapter or 2 a day without committing a bunch of time. Oh, okay. I'm not worried about, like, committing a bunch of time. I would, like, wreck through it. Octopath started the really pretty pixel art, so A1. I don't have, it's not on, I normally play PlayStation or PC. I don't have PC Game Pass, and I have, it's not on, the PlayStation, Plus for free. in the PlayStation game catalog. So if it's on Game Pass, then maybe. Yeah, the HD 2.5D pixel art goes crazy. Yeah, that's what I loved about it, and the fact that, like, some cities you're walking through and it's like fucking snowing, and it's just like, what is that?
Wait, code blue. If we were orange.
I don't like that guy. He looks too angry. He looks like he's very constipated. It's probably his outfit. He can't get out of it fast enough. It's like when you sit there and, like, you know, like, people are at their wedding and they're like, you know, they're wearing a dress, and then they need people to help them, like, lift it up because they just can't get out of it. I feel like that outfit would be so fucking heavy. Look at all the layers of clothes he has on, like, just all, like, layer over layer over layer. I hope all of the heat in that room is just non-existent, because he's probably roasting. But yeah, like the Octopath Traveler games, I definitely want to guess. Like, they're definitely, like,
How is that? What's going on?
yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like, the Octopath, like, dual pack is on sale right now, so it's, like, nuts. New Zelda games, straying away from the aspect of what makes Zelda so fun. Like, I like the look of them, and I haven't played any of the new ones yet. I feel like I wouldn't mind them, but I feel like they're trying to do too much at the same time. Do I go straight through? Do I go around the circle? Because, like, they're, like, and that's what I feel like they're trying to do. Oh, it's the big guy. No, I'm going to go around the circle. I'm not strong enough to really care about those fucking stupid-ass things, yes. Zelda's actually going back to its roots with Breath of the Wild. Oh, okay, okay. I haven't played a Zelda game in a very, very long time. I know it's a sad thing to say. I still have my original gold cartridge of Zelda for the regular Nintendo, though. Because, you know, Zelda. Stop healing him, you dirty bastard! And now I must heal. We're gonna use this potion right quick. And then the first person we're gonna kill is the Flaninator, because he keeps fucking healing everybody, and he makes me angry. But no, like, I feel like a lot of new games that are out, they're trying to do too much, and then they're like, it ends up making them lack in many other places. Like, whether it be gameplay, storyline, and stuff like that. Same with a lot of these companies that are focusing mainly on, like, visuals. Like, the second you start focusing too much on how pretty your game is, it takes away from so much more from the game. Because, like, you know, Octopath Traveler is a prime example of a way to do that right. Because Octopath Traveler might be fucking pixel art, but it's so pretty. Like, games like that are like my favorite type of games, because they look good, they play good, they feel good. Obviously, you can't do the same kind of things you can with like some of the other games, like like a lot of the action combat and stuff. But there's so many like fun little tweaks you can do with pixel art that are just slept on. Like Suikoden 2 is a prime example of that. Chrono Trigger is a prime example of that. Final Fantasy VI, like just the way they make their characters move, like with the pixel art, is so fun. It's so vibrant. Like it adds a little bit of like comedy to it when they're making like some of the weird faces when it's supposed to be a comedic point. And it's like, you can't do the same thing with these games, because then it just looks really cheesy or really stupid, like, a lot of the time. Because, like, these games are supposed to be more hyper-realistic. They're not supposed to be as cartoony. And, like, you know, don't get me wrong, as an adult gamer, I like when my stories in games have, like, a really gritty and really, like, adult feel to them. Of course he would do that, right after I stopped the healing. But, like, I like when they have, like, the gritty and, like very dark backstories to them. But, like, especially if you have, like, a very, very dark story, you need to break it up a little bit. You need to have those, like, little moments of, like, levity where, like, the characters are just, like, goofing around for absolutely no reason, or just, like, they say something or do something really stupid that's just like, haha, I can't believe they did that, but that's so such and such a character. Because, like, everybody's not always serious. Like, even the most serious person has their moment of, like, hilarity or humor. Did I get jeopardized? No, I did not. Okay. So, like, it's one of those things where, like, you need that balance. And there's not a lot of games, like, doing that anymore, and it's really, really stupid. Ooh, extra accessory. Now I just have to get one, because I keep fucking selling them all, so that I can get more and more materials to upgrade their weapons. But, like, you know, even Kefka. Like, Kefka is such an amazing villain, and especially where they, Seth, especially where you're playing 6, Kefka is such a great villain story-wise. But, like, he's got these really funny fucking moments. Like, there's one, and this isn't going to ruin anything because it's very, very close to the start of the game, where you're in the desert, and he's there, and he's standing on the desert, and he just, like, oh no, there's sand in my boots! And it looks like he's throwing up, like, the middle fingers going like this in the middle of the desert. And he's like, oh, there's sand in my boots! And it's like, what the fuck? I was like, well, why would you even make him do that? I was like, that's fucking hilarious. But, like, Kefka is one of my favorite villains from a Final Fantasy series. He's just so well written. But yeah, like, it's just stuff like that they don't do in games anymore. They don't have that little bit of, like, levity to them. Like, don't get me wrong, the Spider-Man games had a little bit of it, but, like, Spider-Man's just a shit talker, right? Like, that's just, he fights and he mouths off all the time, so that's, like, you know, par for the course. But, like, when you get to, like, these very serious storylines in, like, a lot of these RPGs, whether they're action, adventure, or turn-based, they don't have a lot of that break. Yeah, remove. Oh, I did have one. Sweet! But yeah, they don't have a lot of that break in the seriousness of it when there doesn't need to be seriousness. So it's oh, I think I'm going backwards. So, like, when they do pixel art, it's nice to be able to just throw in things like that. Or, like, Kefka's laugh. Kefka's laugh is another prime example of just, like, straight-up hilarity. Don't get in the battle thing. Yes. Oh, sweet, Phoenix Downs. I like those. Oh, you just have to be right in my way, don't you? You dirty, rotten bastard. I didn't want to fight one of these big motherfuckers, but here he is. Well, like, a lot of those, and, like, do you play a lot of games like Final Fantasy VI, Seth? Like, are you into, like, the pixel RPGs and whatnot? I'm probably gonna have to fucking heal. Yep, I thought so. I was just waiting for it. Vanille got the... Oh, no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I want to get her up. Because if you end up liking 6, I have a huge... Like, my top 5 RPGs are probably all pixel-based like that. I haven't played a pixel RPG yet. Oh, my God. You're missing the best RPGs. Like, or I guess JRPGs, because there's ARPGs and, you know... tactics RPGs and stuff. The best RPGs in existence are all pixel RPGs. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, in my opinion. So there's Final Fantasy VI, Star Ocean 2, Suikoden 2, Digimon World 3, and Final Fantasy Tactics. That right there. And have you played Chrono? And Chrono Trigger. Those 6 games right there are probably 6 of the best in existence. Like, right there, I'm gonna say it again just in case anybody missed that list. Like, oh, no worries. Play Chrono Trigger first. Chrono Cross is excellent, but Chrono Trigger is the prequel to Chrono Cross. I thought you were going to Levo Tactics. Can't Levo Tactics. But 6 of the... I have to say 6, because, like, there's a couple of them I remember, and I was like, fuck. So, Star Ocean 2, Suikoden 2, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Chrono Trigger have to be 6 of the best RPGs in existence. Those are, like, my top 6. I have to put it to 6 now, because I keep forgetting one of those 6. I have not played Secrets of Mana yet. I think I have like the remaster or the remake of it. Tactics definitely needs a remaster, 100%. But like I'm a huge Square fan anyway, so I know the Mana series is gonna be fucking peak. There's no doubt in my mind that the Mana series is great. And if you're looking for just an all-around great game, like great company for RPGs, fucking Square. Anything by Square, Squaresoft, Square Enix, like, they're all the same company, just at different stages of, like, the company's development. Anything by Square is absolutely, absolutely great. Some of them, obviously, a little bit more than others, but that's just the way game companies go. They can't all have, like, 100%, like, bangers and, like, peak games. It just never happens. But, like, in terms of putting out, like, a lot of quality stuff, like, anything put out by Square is usually, like, a joy to play. He's dressed like the guy from... Oh, his Saz. He's just like, yeah, man, let's go. Well, like, definitely pick up anything by Square. Though those 6 games I listed off, fucking absolutely amazing. Whether they're like the first ones you play, doesn't matter what order, list has been created. Like, and just those 6 games in general, like the storyline for them is so amazing. Like the characters in these games are so well written, and even though they're pixel games, the visuals are just stunning. Like the way those games in general have taken like pixel graphics to like a new height. Like they looked at the way they were doing things on the Super Nintendo and just went, what can we do with these games to, you know, elevate them to like a higher plane of existence? And it's funny because I think, let's see, Star Ocean 2, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy Tactics, Chrono Trigger, Digimon World 3, what was the other one I said? And Suikoden 2. So, like, I think 4 of those 6 games are all Square games, which is fucking hilarious. Oh, that it's the same way with me, Seth. Is like the storyline and characters are the most important thing, which is why sometimes when, like, the combat system isn't as good, like, you know, when I go through different games, especially, like, the Final Fantasy series, where they tweak their combat system a little bit, and where, like, the combat has gotten very far away from, like, this turn-based aspect of it, I can let it go, because I know, like, the different characters and the different stories are going to be well worth, like, the little inconveniences and the little changes. Like, you weren't here, I don't think you were here when I started talking about, the things about 13 that I found as a problem. This is Final Fantasy 13, Zero. Just Final Fantasy 13, I was just saying your name at the end. Just in case anybody else in chat got confused. This is not Final Fantasy 130, we're not that far in time yet. We've got a ways to go. It's alright. But, like, there was, I was talking about the things that irked me about 13, and they're very, very small things that I don't like. Is the is this a no Crystallarium run? No, I'm definitely doing the Crystallarium. It's just I have to, I do it, like, after I get, like, a fair bit of CP. Not doing a challenge run, This game is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But, one of the things, a couple of things that are, like, a little bit irksome for me about this game, but nothing that, like, really takes away from how great it is. One is the Crystallarium, where they cap you off. Normally, like, you know, any kind of game with levels or, like, turn-based combat and stuff like that, you can sit there and you can train and make your characters, like ridiculously strong out the get-go and be able to, like, go through and get the story really easy. This isn't too bad, like, as long as you make sure to pay attention, but they cap you off at specific strength. Like, once you get to a certain part, you can't up your guy's stats anymore. You just collect the Crystallarium points for later on. Yes, Christopher, 13 is great. And then once you get to a certain part in the story, they open the Crystallarium up a little bit more, but then you have to continue on, then they open a little bit more, and you can't, like, fully expand it until you actually, I think, beat the game, if I remember correctly. But they don't let you get very far in it until you're very far in the game, so it's very hard to make yourself strong enough that, like, the game is really easy. No, this is my third or fourth playthrough. It's just I haven't played it in, like, quite a few years.
Thanks, Vanille.
And, like, another thing that kind of, like, irks me a little bit is how, at the start, the story is very linear at the start. Until you get, I think it's chapter 10, where the world opens up and you can move around a lot more. But, like, at the start of it, it's just, this is where you're going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're, like, you can kind of run back a little bit, just in case you might have missed, you think you missed a treasure chest or something like that. But other than that, there's not really anywhere you can go until you get out of Cocoon, get down to, like, the big world, and, like, it opens up everything. And there was something else I mentioned earlier, and I can't fucking remember it now. Grind up points, yeah. I mentioned that. I mentioned that, like, a little while ago. Just like, or no, I don't think I mentioned that part. But yeah, like, but that the main thing, like, the linear part doesn't bother me as much, because 10 was kind of like that at the start, and most RPGs in general start off with, like, the first little bit anyways. I know 13's a little bit more, just because it's up until, like, chapter 10, and I think there's 13 chapters, if I remember correctly, where it just kind of, like, sticks you on a path. Like, most RPGs are like that until you get to a point, or until you get, like, an airship, etc., etc. But it's the I guess, like, quote-unquote level cap that 13 puts on you that is, like, the most bothersome thing for me, because, like, I'm a person in an RPG or any game with levels in general where I grind. I do all of the side quests first, because I want to get all of the extra weapons that are stronger than everything else. I want to get, like, you know, to a point high enough in the levels that if it's my first time playing the game, I can walk through a huge chunk of story, so that, like, the lore and the story and the characters are just, like, right there in my face. So, like, especially for games with stories, obviously this one I can't really do it because there's, you know, they cap you off at a certain point. I can do, like, a little bit just to get my weapons stronger. Because that's one thing you can do in this, is you can make yourself a little bit stronger by grinding items to sell and then buying upgrade items for your weapons to give yourself a little bit more attack. And I forget what the second, and I think it's magic. But usually I'll do, like, a lot of grinding and stuff for games with levels off stream, so, like, everybody that's watching doesn't have to sit there and watch it. Because, you know, I feel like the last thing everybody wants to do is watch me just run in fucking circles for, like, 3 hours. Because, like, I could easily sit there for 6 hours in, like, Star Ocean or, like, Final Fantasy VI and just kill monsters for hours to get every single ability on, like, fucking espers that I have. Oh, fucking heal her. She might die in a second. Yep, I had a feeling that was gonna fucking happen, because I wasn't paying attention for a second. Luckily, I have these Phoenix Downs. But, like, I don't want to put that through people. Gotta jump rope and dodge lightning bolts. That weapon... the jump rope... Or, not the jump rope, the lightning bolts, I had no problem with the lightning bolts. I got, when I did Final Fantasy, 10 on stream, I actually did the lightning bolts first time I got to, the lightning planes. I'm very good at dodging lightning bolts. The jump rope in 9, though. The jump rope in 9 is a fucking another beast altogether. The jump rope in 9 is fucking nuts. That's another thing you'll find, Seth, is that a lot of games by Square, like just the company that makes Final Fantasy, they love mini games. They love to put mini games in their games, whether it be just like combat arenas, card games. Agreed, Adam? Agreed? You're not the only one in chat that thinks that should be a thing. The 15 trilogy is the only 13 trilogy is the only Final Fantasy that is not on fucking new consoles right now. But, like, they love to put little mini games in, which I find is absolutely phenomenal. And definitely well worth it. Oh, there's a treasure chest this way. We're going for this treasure chest. However, 100%ing and getting all achievements for 10-2 was a nightmare. Oh, I fucking believe that. There's I find 100%ing a lot of different Final Fantasies is like that. Like, even when they, did you play Rebirth? I'm in the middle of Rebirth. I haven't 100% beaten it yet. Just because where I like to do all of the side stuff first, and there is so much side stuff in Rebirth. I had to take a break. Because I was getting to the point where I was doing so much side stuff that I was starting to hate things. So I was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play some other games, and then I'll go back and start enjoying the side stuff again. But, can't wait till 1/23. Like January 23rd? Am I missing something? There's something I'm missing. Because I can't remember release dates for things, so I'm pretty sure that's probably a release date for something. But, like, when I oh, Rebirth PC. Okay. Gotcha. But, when I 100%ed, the original Final Fantasy VII on console, when they finally put trophies out for it, friggin' getting the Barret date for Cloud and Barret was a fucking nightmare. I don't know how many times I had to restart the game. Are there any Final Fantasy games you recommend besides 6? You've already played 7, okay. 8 and 9 are very excellent, and obviously Tactics, because that was on one of my top 6 RPGs. I've gotten all the achievements for all the Final Fantasies out for Xbox. Oh, okay. What ones are out for Xbox? I'm pretty sure it's most of them, isn't it? Because did they re-release the Pixel Remaster for Xbox? 10-2 is... Yeah, I can 100% believe 10-2 is probably very tedious for that. I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts to come out in 2037. Yep, it's probably going to take that long, because they took that long for 3. But yeah, the 5 best Final Fantasies that are out is, well, in my opinion, obviously my opinion, everybody else is going to have their different opinions, but from my standpoint, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Tactics are my 5 favorite. Okay, that's just in there. Are my 5 favorite Final Fantasies. So like if you can get those, like fucking, oh no, there's no medic in there. But definitely go for those 5 first, but 100% 100% play every single Final Fantasy. They are all absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like there's some of them are, like I've said before, some Final Fantasies are subpar below others, but they're in my opinion, there's not a bad Final Fantasy out there. They all have their really good merits, and obviously their slight downfalls, like I was mentioning about like some of the ones for 13. Like one of the things I find like very irksome about a couple of the Final Fantasies is where they take out how important building a party is, because they make it so that every single party member is viable. I start at 12, but get a headache every time I try to play it. Oh, okay. Is like what reason? Is it just like maybe the visuals, like an actual headache, or is it like headache as in like it gets like a little bit irritating? Lightning Returns is the only Final Fantasy game I'd be willing to say is bad. I didn't even mind Lightning Returns. Like, the story is, like, I find, like, I liked the story to it, but, like I said before, like, there are definitely some irksome parts to it, like, especially with, like, where you have, like, limited time to do certain things. Change the inversion. I feel like I missed something. Like a literal headache. It might be the visuals. The same kind of thing happened when I did Hellblade Setsuna. Change the oh, for the headache. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's probably a visual stimuli thing. Because when I was playing Hellblade Setsuna, there was a certain thing that would happen, like, with the visuals for the game, that, like, every time I started playing it, I started to get a migraine. It was something to do with, like, whatever filter they had over the visuals, or, like, whatever colors they were using. Something with a sensitivity. I had a feeling it was that. Because that's what happened to me when playing Hellblade. And, like, don't get me wrong, Hellblade, I loved the story for it. Although the gameplay was a little bit really weird. Gave you vertigo? Oh, okay. Well, now they have 1 to 6. I need to get a new Xbox to play them. Okay. But 7, 12, 13... to 13.2, 13.3, 15, and Type 0. Okay. World of Final Fantasy. I haven't beaten World of Final Fantasy yet. I have it, and I was really enjoying it because I like that you can get the monsters, and the stacking thing was really weird. Final Fantasy 7 through 12. Very nice, very nice. Favorite Final Fantasy battle system. You really like the Rebirth and Remake and Rebirth and 10-2. I'm not a huge fan of the Remake and Rebirth one, just because like I'm very, very loyal to my turn base. Like, don't get me wrong, I still find it fun, but I'm trying to think. Favorite Final Fantasy battle system. It's got to be a toss between Tactics, because I love a good Tactics game, and probably I'll probably go with 6. I'll probably change that like 4 times in this conversation. But I'd have to say, like, Tactics. Tactics is really good, but, like, I love, like, they did Tactics system really well. But 6 has a really good one, and 9s is also really good. I find they polished off 9s really well. Especially where they went back to the, not really, the kind of like the limit break system. 10 and 12 for you. 12 was another one I couldn't really get into just because it felt too like MMO like for me.